y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Shye Deora. Today I filmed for you all this cute little spring inspired look here. It's featuring my girl Jackie Aina, her palette. Let me grab it real quick, okay? Featuring the Jackie Aina palette here. Definitely, I could say this palette was pigmented and it was bomb. This is my first video. So y'all be sure to comment down below. Turn me up, let me know what you all would like to see. I did a talk through style. The next one's definitely gonna be a chit chat, get ready with me. So y'all just stay tuned. We here, it's lit. So without further ado, if you like this eyeshadow look that I'm doing here, honey, then just keep on. Alrighty, y'all. So to start out here, I am priming my eyelids with the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade Cafe. I'm just want to be sure that I get all of those lids good and primed here. Just making sure everything is evenly distributed there. So none of those lids are good and primed. I am taking Ginger from the Jackie Aina palette and I am blending that into my crease. I'm just being sure that I have all of that shadow blended. I'm moving in a windshield wiper motion, but also kind of in a circle just to make sure I get the shape that I want. Personally, I like for my, eyeshadow to be, in more of a rounded shape rather than like a cat eye shape. And that's just me personal. So I'm just being sure that I get all of that there and taking it up here. Now that Ginger is applied to my liking, I am taking Edges. Edges is more, warm, I guess you could say. And I'm just being sure that I apply that a little bit underneath Ginger. I'm not wanting to put it over Ginger, but it's just going to warm up that eye a little bit and, act as a buffer for the next shade that I'm going to use. And again, it's just going to warm it up. Personally, on myself, I don't really like cool toned eyeshadows. But, to me, Edges is like that perfect warm brown that is just able to, I don't know, it just blends so softly. Let me tell y'all, these eyeshadows were a dream to work with. Pigmented is not even the word, guys. So if you're looking for a bomb eyeshadow palette that you can make multiple looks out of, be sure to pick up the Jackie Aina palette for sure. Yep. So Edges is laid down. We have Edges laid down. Now we are moving forward with Credit. Credit is that brown that you never knew that you needed. Credit isn't warm. It's not cool. It's literally a neutral tone brown that to me was what made this look go from boom to bam. It adds that perfect, amount of just smokiness. So I'm being sure that I put that on my outer V, but I'm blending it slightly into my crease. And you see there, I was just doing a patting motion. And that patting motion is just got to be sure that I get the pigment that I want, but, still acting as a way to blend it out. So when you're blending, you can go into a windshield wiper motion like I did there. You can go in a patting motion, or you can kind of just like move in little circles just to be sure that you get that look that you're going for. So for the star of the show, we have Sponsor. Did y'all see my face there? That is literally what Sponsor does for me. Sponsor is that green tone. But the thing about Sponsor is in the background, there's almost like a slight brownish pigment to it. And I can't even, say how bomb it is. I can't even put it into words because it's just bomb. And when I tell y'all I am barely tapping into these shadows, I'm barely tapping. But in their clip, I'm just being sure that I am getting credit in blending everything out, guys. Let me tell y'all, this video is sped up to 1.5 speed and it is being cut down. Take your time blending. Enjoy yourself doing makeup. If you're not in a rush, don't be in a rush. Just take your time and enjoy it. You see, I'm going to go back and forth between Sponsored and Credit just to be sure that it's blown out. I take Sponsored and I put it, higher than my lid because I have small lids and I want Sponsored to be shown. So I'm being sure here. And you can tell by my look there. Period. I know I'm killing it. And you will be too. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. So for my face, I'm being sure that I prime my favorite primer. This primer is the Hydro Grip, the Milk Hydro Grip primer, of course, from Milk. It's tacky, it's sticky, it's long lasting. It literally makes my face just grip foundation. There, I took this Makeup Revolution. It's like a liquid highlighter. I put it underneath my foundation because I'm not really too big on the highlighter look from the outside, but that's just me personally. Here I have the L'Oreal, it's the Infallible line. I'll be sure to list all products will be listed down below. I want to say this is in 556, I believe, but if not, I'm going to be sure to have it listed down below. I don't have it right here in front of me. And I use a angled brush for my foundation. I feel like it just gives me more pigment, and I put that everywhere. Just get it all stippled in. Make sure that it's evenly distributed. Again, guys, this video is sped up, so take your time blending out your foundation. You want to be undetectable, not detectable. I cannot tell you guys, like, just take your time blending. So now is where the fun begins, color correcting. I color correct my face. I use the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer in Cocoa. This concealer is red, it's warm, and it cancels out all of my dark spots. As a black woman, or as a woman of color, period, we tend to get darker around our mouths and under our eyes. So this concealer just cancels out that tone so that I'm not looking ashy underneath my concealer because my concealer is so bright. I just want to make sure that I'm using a good red tone concealer to cancel out all of my darkness. So next, I am concealing with the Juvia's Place concealer. This is in the shade 10. I wanted 13, but she was not available. So I'm taking that underneath my eyes, just in the corners and on the sides, just to add an extra lift to my face, down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. What that's going to do is going to add lightness back into your face, add some dimension back into your face, because once you put that foundation on your face, you're one-dimensional. So you want to be sure that you highlight. Another key tip, pro tip, use a highlighter that is your undertone, please. I cannot stress that enough. Do not use something that is too yellow if you do not have golden undertones. Don't use something too pink if pink is not your undertone. Do not use something olive if olive is not your undertone. You're going to look either green, completely unbalanced. It's not going to serve you by you not using something that's not with your undertone. So be sure to know your undertones. If you want me to do a video on undertones and how to find out your undertones, be sure to comment down below, because that's definitely something I can deliver for you all. Y'all, I'm feeling it right here. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. So next, I'm taking the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. It is in the shade, I want to say that's Golden Caramel. If not, again, I'm going to put it in the description bar below. And there, I'm just taking it on the most innermost parts of my face. This step is not necessary. I just like that extra bright look underneath my foundation, or on top of my foundation, rather. And then I'm going to take the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer. That's in the shade Walnut. And I'm going to blend that out first. I'm going to let that concealer sit so it can get extra tacky, and get set into place, so that when I blend it out, it has the maximum amount of coverage. So here I'm taking the Laura Mercier setting powder, and it is in the shade Honey. I like this powder. It just adds an additional area of brightness to my look. What I definitely do say is, before you set your under eyes, be sure to make sure you have all creases from underneath. The Laura Mercier powder is a setting powder, and it is going to set whatever you put on there for it to set. I take a small, I guess it's like a small tapered, it's called like an eyeliner brush, and I go down the bridge of my nose. That's just to be sure that my nose is highlighted. That's really the only thing that I bake besides the innermost parts of my eyes there. So I'm just being sure that I get that line as straight as possible so I can, you know, keep it cute and, you know, so I can keep slaying out here. So to set the remainder of my face, I'm going to take the Mercier setting powder in the shade Medium Deep. And what I do there is I blow my mouth like I'm blowing a bubble. And I just be sure to, you know, get my smile lines, because your smile lines are going to be the first thing that, you know, start to crease. So just to kind of help combat that, I just, you know, blow it up in a bubble and get there. Now I'm just baking the innermost corner of my eyes. So I'm using the Black Radiance powder in Banana. It's the loose setting powder in Banana. And I'm just going in the corner of my eyes. And it also kind of acts like a reverse contour for your nose, because I don't contour my nose. So this is kind of how I cheat a contour, I guess you could say, by doing it this way. So now onto my second favorite step, which is bronzing. Bronzing is going to bring that color back into your face. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Splendour Glow Bronzer, and it's in the shade Dark. Y'all, when I tell y'all this line has so many bronzing shades, like I don't see why you wouldn't be able to find a bronzing shade if you're like a brown woman, or I'm gonna say a black woman, honey. If you're a black woman, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to find a bronzer in the, you know, this specific line, and it smells so good. So now I'm taking the Maybelline Superstay setting powder, and I'm just going to, you know, wipe away all of that that baking powder that I put underneath there. I'm using that in the shade Golden Caramel, and what that's going to do is also add just an additional level of brightening under my eyes. And I'm putting that everywhere I highlighted to wipe off baking powder or anything like that. Just make sure that I get that, you know, all good and cute. On my cheeks, I'm using the Trio palette. It's from Ulta. It's like a blush trio palette. I'll be sure to link that down below. I just picked it up. I saw it. I'm using the corally shade. I don't know what it is, but coral on dark skin is bomb. I'm being sure that I set my face with the Morphe setting spray. Again, down below, I have that listed there. I'm just being sure that I, you know, set everything in with the damp sponge, the sponge I've been using on my face. That allows me to make, you know, correct any mistakes that I could have possibly made there as well. Next, I'm moving on to mascara. I'm using the mascara that came in like the kit that came with the Jackie Aina palette. It's like an Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara. Honestly, guys, I'm not really a mascara snob. As long as it makes my eyelashes bright so that when I put on my falsies, you know, you can't really tell, I'm good for real. So in this clip, you see me taking ginger just underneath the eyes, just to add, you know, just some extra oomph to the underneath of the eyes. I'm just gonna, you know, just because I don't like to leave my eye underneath eyes bare. I don't put on mascara underneath my eyes, but I do just like to add a little piece of eyeshadow just to kind of, you know, step it up a little bit, you know, step it up. Here I'm applying my falsies. If you want a detailed look about, you know, how to apply eyelashes, be sure to comment down below. You know, I just kind of, you know, went through this part pretty fast because I do it so fast. And but yeah, if you want a detail about that, just let me know. I'll be glad to do it. All right, and the last thing I'm doing on my eyes, I'm adding the from the Jackie Aina palette, I'm adding the shade Trust Issues. Trust Issues looks white, then you think it's gold. It's like has like these green flakes in it that just complemented the eyes so perfectly. And on the inner corner, it just kind of opens my eyes up. I have almond shaped eyes, so when I put something in the inner corner, it just kind of, you know, brightens my eyes up. I line my lips with the NYX lip liner in the shade Hot Cocoa. I'm a team black girls who overline. I do it. I live by it and I swear by it. Okay. And here, y'all, what am I laughing at? Okay, so moving forward, again, I'm just being sure I overline. I want to kind of fill them in a little bit, you know, just kind of feather them in so they're just not stark like this brown color, because I am going to use a white based pink. The pink that I use is from the Maybelline Superstay line. It is the in Poet. It's a liquid lipstick. These liquid lipsticks are not like watery. They're kind of almost gel based, so they go really good under gloss, which is why I tend to use them for the most part. The gloss that I'm going to use is good old faithful. It is the NYX Butter Gloss in Maybelline. I just feel like it really complemented the look there. It's not too pink, not too brown, not too white. It's just something that I think, you know, makes my lips look extra juicy, honey. Right, and so this is the finished look. Definitely, you know, very spring, but, you know, it's still in line, to me at least, with, you know, the last little bit of winter we got. How many days do we have until spring? Like 3, 4? I don't know. But anyway, I'm ready for it, period. But, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, be sure to share it to your mama, your cousin, your auntie, your nephew, your niece. I don't care. Share it to whoever, you know, and tell them to come join the family. We here. We're going to be getting lit every Thursday. If God's willing, we here. So, again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Y'all take care. Y'all stay safe. And I'm out.